Hello everyone, I welcome you all to yet another discussion session of the CAT 2023, and in today's class we will be taking up the slot 3 of CAT 2023 paper. So let's get started with the questions. Question number 10. Question number 10, it's from Time and Work. So if you look at the language, it says Rahul, Rakshita and Gurmeet working together would have taken more than 7 days to finish a job. The time taken by them is more than 7 days to finish a job. On the other hand, Rahul and Gurmeet working together would have taken less than 15 days to finish the job. However, they all worked together for 6 days, followed by Rakshita, who worked alone for 3 more days to finish the job. If Rakshita had worked alone on the job, then the number of days she would have taken to finish the job cannot be which of the following. Okay. So let's assume some efficiencies for them, right? So let's not the efficiency, number of days of completion of work. So let's say for Rahul, the number of days of completion of work is R1. For Rakshita, suppose it is R2, and for Gurmeet, it is, let's say, G number of days. So that means what will be the amount of work done by Rahul in one day? It will be 1 by R1, and Rakshita 1 by R2, and Gurmeet will be 1 by G. So this is their combined efficiency, combined rate of work, rate of doing the work. And together they take more than 7 days. So if they are taking more than 7 days, so let's assume for sake of discussion 8 days or 10 days or 12 days. So can I say their combined efficiency must be less than 1 by 7? It will be 1 by 8 probably, or 1 by 9 probably, or 1 by 10, 1 by 11, 1 by 11.5, anything. But it's less than 1 by 7 because they are taking more than 7 days. So the combined efficiency is less than 1 by 7, I note. Now, Rahul and Gurmeet, Rahul is R1 and Gurmeet is G. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by G. Working together would have taken less than 15 days. Now if they are taking less than 15 days, that would mean it could be either 14 days or 13 days or 10 days or whatever, right? It would be less than that. So that means their combined efficiency should be greater than 1 by 15. Correct? Greater than 1 by 15. This is my second condition, suppose. However, they all worked together for 6 days, followed by Rakshita, who worked alone for 3 more days to finish the job. So how are they working? So they are working like this. If they all work together for 6 days, then the amount of work done by them will be 1 by R1, 1 by R2 into 6. Rakshita worked for 6 days initially and then 3 days alone, that means 9 days. Sorry, Rakshita is R2, let me change it. This will be G and R2 will come here. So this should be equal to 1. We can say this, right? This should be equal to 1. Now the question is, if Rakshita would have worked alone, how many days she would have taken, sorry, the number of days she would have taken to finish the job cannot be. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's try to look at these inequalities. Let's see if we can do something out here. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by G is greater than 1 by 5. Okay. And if you, let's call this as equation number 3. So that would mean what? If I multiply both sides by 6, suppose. So 6 into 1 by R1 plus 1 by G, and let's say I add 9 into 1 by R2. So what would it become? This will be greater than, this will be greater than, this will be into 6 first. So 6 by 15 plus we are adding 9 by R2, right? So equation 2 will be modified, sorry, inequality 2 will be modified like this. Now can I say this is nothing but 1 from there? So that means when you simplify this, 2 by 5. So this is nothing but 1. So 1 is greater than 2 by 5 plus 9 by R2 is what we get. So we can try to get some upper limit or lower limit for R2 here. Observe, So 9 by R2 will be less than 1 minus 2 by 5, which is 3 by 5. So 3 will cancel out 3 times. So when you cross multiply, R2 should be greater than 15. So R2 was nothing but the number of days. So number of days for Rakshita should be greater than 15. Unfortunately, all are greater than 15. So we cannot really say anything about it right now. So we got a lower limit for R2. Similarly, let's think if we can get an upper limit also. I'll do it on the next slide. But let's think of this condition. Let's think of this condition here. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by G plus 1 by R2 is less than 1 by 7. Okay. So if I multiply this condition with 6 throughout, so I'll get 6 into 1 by R1 plus 1 by G plus 6 into 1 by R2. And this should be less than 6 by 7. And not just that, I'll add 3 by R2 on both sides so that I can make it 9 by R2. So this should be less. This should be less. And we know this entire thing is 1. So that means 3 by R2 will be greater than. If you 1 minus 1 by 6 by 7, if you will do 1 minus 6 by 7 is 1 by 7. So that means when you cross multiply, R2 will end up being less than 21. Here we got a lower limit for R2. Now we are getting upper limit for R2. So combining the two, can I say R2, number of days taken by Rakshita, should be greater than 15 but less than 21. So R2 should lie in this range is what we can say. Now let's see if there is an option which is going beyond this range. So do we have an, yes, we do have an option, right? 21. R2 should be less than 21. Here he says equal to 21. This is not possible and hence this is our answer. Because the question asked us which of the following cannot be the number of days. My answer is third option.